Welcome back, guys. Today I'm going to be showing you SBCs that are 100% going to make you profit, and you can even do them for free. And better yet, guys, we've got 5 copies of EAFC available for when we hit 15,000 subscribers, and we've got 7 which are going to be given away on Friday, and that's when we'll announce it. So you've got a chance to enter in both giveaways, the 7 for Friday and the 5 for when we hit 15k. So make sure you subscribe and send me proof over on Instagram to get your entries in. And as usual, if you want some coins in a quicker way, well... So if you guys are sick of losing at FIFA because your team isn't good enough or you're not good enough at the game, then right now you need to head over to skycoach.gg. Not only can they coach you in your weekend league or play your games for you, you can buy any amount of coins you want, and all of the services get 10% off right now with the code PRORECALL. Go check them out below, make sure to click the link in the description, and let's get into it. So of course, first of all, we need to go over to the squad building challenges, and this is one of the main ones you're going to start off with. The reason you're going to do this every day is because it's a real good contributor to make the other SBCs free. So first of all, we've got the level up daily login upgrade. So we do that, you get 2 rare gold players back. Then you go over to objectives and you redeem what you get back for that, which is a 83 plus. So if we go over here onto the daily objective, I think it's either in milestones or it's in the level up. So where is it? Level up daily login SBC completion. So I'm actually really low on this, not doing very well, as you can see, because I haven't really been paying attention to FIFA as much lately. But from the 4th completion which we did today, I've got 5 84 plus upgrades. Now realistically, I actually do believe that a lot of you guys are going to have the 83 pluses, the 84s, the 85s, all the way near at the end at this point. But if you haven't started it already, or maybe you forgot to do it, or you didn't know about it, this is your sign to start. So we're going to do the 584 plus because it is something we've got from essentially one bronze player. So it's a very cheap pack and it's a reward towards doing some of these other things. But what do we get out of it? We got 5 minimum 84 pluses, which is very key for the next SBC. Now what we've got, unfortunately, is a Tal, who we've already got. Of course, that is a brilliant card to be getting from an SBC. I mean, he's realistically going to be 60k right now, but brilliant card. I've already got his actual leveled up card, so that's going to be nice to be put into an SBC, and we can use that in the future ones. We've also got De Jong, Arnold, Busquets and Hernandez, so all quite heavy set players. Now I would actually say that that is a very good pack for the 84 plus, and that's not what you're really going to expect. So on the basis of getting maybe 4 84s, what you're going to do is take it over to this SBC here. And the SBC we're going to be looking at in question today is very different to what you might usually expect me looking at, and it's going to be the inform upgrade. The reason we're doing this is because at minimum, by completing this at the foot bin price, you are guaranteed profit. It is currently 9k. You can sell an inform for about 13 or 14 as a minimum right now. I mean, if we go on the market, if we just go gold team of the week, if we just go what, 11k, 12k, 12,250, let's have a look here. We've got 2 cards, one at 10 and one at 10. Is there anything else? We go 11,750, nothing. 12 again, there's one at 12. So by literally completing this at the base price on Footbin, you are guaranteed profit. Now realistically, that is, I mean, that in itself, you guys could spend an hour doing this and you're absolutely sorted. It's an 82 SBC, you've got 84 returns. Now don't worry, this is not the only SBC we'll be doing, and I'll be showing you how profitable it truly is in a moment. But with the 84 that we've got from the daily login, so a free 84, mixed with a few 82s and some 81s, we do this SBC essentially for free. Now, of course, you might say, well, actually, you had to buy a bronze, but you're literally looking at 150 coins. You're going to get 4 84 plus players. Now, realistically, a lot of you won't get as good packs as what I got, and that's the reality. That pack that we got was actually unexpectedly good, and almost one of the times that I didn't want to have a good pack, because if we got 4 85s, I'd be able to go, okay, brilliant, that's 4 contributions towards this SBC where you need an 84 plus. But I'm not going to put a Tal in this SBC, obviously. Now what we do need to find is of course a use for a Tal, which I will do, and that's going to be separate to this because he's not really useful for any of the SBCs for this video. Now of course we now have to wait in order to redo this SBC because it only is redoable once every day and a bit, basically. So we've got a Tal and we put him into the 85 plus times 7. Now the reason we're doing this is because when we are trying to make coins of SBCs, we need to think for the future. Now right now there aren't many SBCs that you can get and really get a tradable reward that is big using any of these players. You know, there isn't really a high rated player that I could pop into an SBC to heavyweight an SBC where there's a tradable reward. The only one you've got is the team of the week SBC, and because it's 82 rated, why would you put in a 92? However, we do get the occasional tradable reward. rewards. Now, obviously, we look through here, there isn't anything from my knowledge that is currently available. We did recently have upgrades available where they were tradable. So we've got the Tots moments player from any squads. Now, this one, I believe, to my knowledge, you are going to get an untradable reward back, but you might be able to correct me on that one. But there has been tradable rewards recently that you can get. I actually think maybe that is a tradable reward. So what we're going to do is we're going to open that pack, which we've obviously used a towel to actually acquire. And what we're going to do is we are going to pop those players into the Tots upgrade, because I believe the Tots upgrade that's currently in the store is actually tradable. And then we will open that inform player to see what kind of return we've got from him, because I believe that inform, I think we're going to get 15 to 20k. I think that would be a fair return. Obviously, the return on that would be profit, 5 to 10k, which isn't bad at all. We've got our towel back. Also, the Kalulu that I put into that SBC, we do have one of him waiting in the quick sell recovery. So he's going to get recovered as well, which is obviously always useful. You always want to use your duplicates. If you have a duplicate available, never use other cards, because it just always makes sense to get them out of the way. This should hopefully be a good little set to get us to done the Tots moments as well. So, looking at the return there, that is perfect. No duplicates, 88, 86, 86, 86, and 385. That's a nice little pack there. Some of you probably look at that and think you're not really happy with it. We just got an Italian 84 times 5, you know, is that really good? Nah, it's not great for the actual return of the players. No, not at all. But it's brilliant for someone who wants to use them to craft an SBC. For anyone else, definitely probably a bit of a crap pack, to be honest. But I believe looking at this pack that it is tradable, because it doesn't say untradable on it. I might get stiffed and EA might do me over as usual. Now, don't look at this SBC and think it's a good solution. It's really not. I've just used the players mostly that we've just got in that pack there because they were very useful, or Arnold we got in the packs before. So you can see how easy it is to craft these packs there. We also get a tradable reward from that, which is nice. We've got the mixed players pack. That's going to contribute towards some coins. The reason we're doing these SBCs is just to get the tradable reward. So we just want a positive return. Now, some of you are going to have to graft a little bit harder for it because you might have a little bit emptier clubs or just not have stuff available. But we don't want to be buying cards. That's kind of something you want to limit yourself to doing, basically not at all. So we want to be crafting our way to the cards. If you don't have the 84s, go take yourself to the trophy crafting upgrade. Now, some of you might say, well, actually, you've got to do a load of those for it to be worth it, this, that, and the other. Not really. When you do a load of those, you get a player reward on top of everything else. You've got a Cam, I think, Savanier, and a very nice Savanier card, but I don't think it's even worth sort of thinking about him as the reward. He's, for me, going to be SBC fodder. But what you've actually got to think is, on top of that, what you are getting is a load of cards towards SBCs. A lot of them are going to be 84s, and a lot of them are going to contribute you towards your tradable team of the week SBC, or your Tots SBCs like this one here. Now, once again, I'm not suggesting using my SBC combinations. An 89 and an 88 and an 84 squad isn't quite fitting, but because the club is mud, we are having to make do with what we can. We're going to go over to this team of the week, or team of the season SBC, and team of the week, actually. I'm praying that this is actually tradable, because it seems to be tradable, and I don't want to get absolutely swindled. It doesn't say anywhere untradable. I just have a feeling it might be. Oh, this is terrible. It has to be. Oh, that's terrible. Has to be terrible. But is it tradable? That's the point. That's what we actually wanted it to be. Brilliant, it is. So that kind of shows, so this return for me is terrible because of the players I put in. However, if you'd have done those SBCs by crafting them, using the trophy crafting, using the players that we got in that 85 times 7, using the players that we got in that 85 times, or the 84 times 5, you've now got yourselves potentially, you know, hopefully to more than 15k. This is pretty much the worst return you can get out of it. I'm just going to send him to club. But that's 15,000 coins you've got back, and it would have been for free. You've then also got this team of the season, team of the week SBC, which you're also going to get a return back for free. So we've done those SBCs for free on the basis of actually doing them well. I've obviously not done them well because I'm lazy and I don't need to. I'm showing you guys how to do this. I'm not leading by example. So first of all, you take yourself over to the icon section. You complete the 2 rare gold player packs that you get 2 SBCs for in every single icon. It's going to be classed as the Born Legend and Rising Star. The reason you do this is because it's essentially a very heavy weighted pack where you can get some very good players, and essentially it is free. You're using rare gold, rare bronzes, and rare silvers, which is the easiest cards to obtain. Now you might say, okay, well, I don't have any of these in my club. But that is incredibly likely. You can use these free SBCs to entirely craft any of those upgrades. And what's what's good about using these two to craft the icon upgrade, you then use this one to craft gold rare player upgrades. Now, where do you go from here in order to get some free SBC cards and actually start making profit? You take yourselves, of course, to the trophy crafting or the level up crafting upgrade. I always call it trophy because that was the first one they did. You then get free 80 plus players pack. Now, the chances are most of these are going to be pretty poor, but all 3 of those players will go into your tradable team of the week SBC. Now that is a rinse and repeat cycle that you can do all day long. So using those SBCs to craft into the crafting upgrade. Now what's good is you also get a souvenir by doing the crafting upgrade here, but essentially what you're doing is you're building towards that team of the season upgrade, which is a tradable reward, then these team of the week upgrades that are also a tradable reward. Now when you have spare cards left over and you've done this return and you keep doing it, you then want to pop yourself over to the marquee matchups SBC, because you can then do that SBC also for free, which is obviously another one that just makes sense to be doing. So as you can see, I've always done this SBC, and it's one that's obviously, as I say, a no-brainer. But then you want to take your way through any tradable upgrades there are. So obviously, as you can see, I've done all of the tradable upgrades. Now, at this point, what you're going to find is that all you really need, it's not going to be high-rated cards, it's just going to be, you're going to be realistically needing 11 gold players packs, which is probably the best thing to be looking at. So when you've got that, you then take yourself, of course, over to the advanced SBCs. Of course, you hopefully completed them already. If you haven't, do them because it's a good return in terms of players. But if you've done them already and you're looking for, of course, a more tradable route, Mixed League upgrade, Premium Mixed League upgrade. And now you can use the soaring just to craft these. So you've got your team of the season out of the way, you've got your team of the week out of the way, you're now crafting every single SBC in this screen. Now, of course, the more time you have, the more crafting you can do. If you don't have a lot of time, I would stick to just doing the bronzes, crafting into these icons and getting every single one of these done. I mean, if we go through, there's 4x4, 8, 12, 16, so there's 16 of these to do, and obviously there's 2 in every icon, so about 30, because I know there was some loans in there. There's about 30 of the 2 rare gold player packs to be doing, so you spend your time on them if you've not got too much time. If you've got more, you do them 30, and then you go and do the league upgrades. If you've got more time, then you do the premium league upgrades. So it's an endless cycle, and it does basically result in you getting a ton of tradable cards for free, a ton of untradable cards that you're going to be using towards XBCs that you might be doing in your spare time just for actual players that you want rather than for coin return. And it is a very simple system. And I know for some of you, you're going to say, well, it does take time. There's a reason EA makes a lot of money from this game. It's because it takes time to get coins. But I'm always trying to teach you the best ways to do it, and I hope this has helped as usual. If it hasn't, subscribe anyway. You might get a free chance at a game, and I'll see you guys in the next one.